Welcome to day 4 of our fall prevention series. Balance is one of those things we are quick to notice when it feels off. Balance has a direct link to our core strength, but it's also important to know that it can differ from day to day. In today's video, we will practice some balancing exercises with all sorts of modifications. Let's get started. We're going to start again today with our chair, and we're going to use this for support, so just have it handy. Our first move today is going to be walking heel to toe. We're practicing balance a little bit more in depth today. So I want you to think about bringing your heel right to the toes, and if you need the chair, hold on, it's not a big deal. But we're going to take a few steps forward and a few steps back. So heel to toe, and I want you to keep your gaze on the floor, keep your gaze on what your feet are doing so that you're concentrated and not distracted with any other movement that's going on in the room. All right, so maybe you have a line on the floor, maybe you don't, but you can just bring your feet heel to toe, and then we'll just switch it and walk right back. So sometimes walking back is just as hard as walking forward. So go ahead, keep going just a couple times here. Good. One more time. Let's go forward. And head back. Perfect. Now, if you want to continue practicing that, that's perfectly fine. The next option up would be to come and do it on your tiptoes. So I'm going to start by holding onto the chair, come to my tiptoes. We're going to follow that same line. Heels obviously are not going to touch our toes for this, but we're going to be on that same imaginary line. See if you can let go of the chair at some point. Come forward, and then we'll go right back on that same line. Right, so forward and back. Keeping the heels lifted as high as you can, and then just going at a pace that's comfortable for you. All right, last one here. Perfect. All right, let's do a couple ankle rolls. And let's bring our feet nice and close together. We are going to hold onto the chair for beginners. For starters, we're going to take our legs nice and close to each other as well. Bend our knees. Take your right toes, tap them out in front. We're going to draw half a circle. Center of gravity is over our left foot, still over the left leg as we lift that right knee nice and high. All right, let's try that again. Feet on the floor. We bend both knees. Toes are tapping out in front, all the way around, and we lift. Good. All right. Again, feet flat on the floor. We bend, we tap, circle, and then we're going to hold the knee lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Option now is to do it without holding onto the chair. If you need the chair still, hold on. We're going to bend both knees, tap, circle, and lift the knee, standing nice and tall. Center of gravity over that left foot. Foot goes down. Let's do it again. We bend, tap, circle, and lift for 3, 2, and 1. Shake out both legs. Let's hold on to the chair with our left hand again. We're going to do our flamingo pose. So our right knee lifts nice and high. Lift it as high as your hip if you can. If you're unable to lift as high as the hip, that's not a problem. If you're unable to lift your leg, that's not a problem. Just have your right tiptoes on the floor and shift your center of gravity over that left leg. All right, left toes are gripping the shoe. All right, press down through the shoe. Lift your right arm up over the shoulder, and we're going to tap the chair with our left hand. Now just check your balance. See if you can let go a little bit longer. If you think you can, reach both arms up. We are holding for 3, 2, and 1. Carefully come on down. Good job. Shake out the legs. Let's switch sides and do everything over here. All right, so we're going to bring those feet nice and close together. Bend your knees. Take your left toes and tap them out. Draw half a circle and lift the knee to the front. Good. Foot goes down. Bend both knees, half a circle. Center of gravity is over that right foot now as we stand tall. Good. Bend, tap, circle. We're going to hold this one for 3, 2, and 1. Put your foot down. Lace the fingers behind the body if you're able to now go without touching the chair. Legs are touching, feet are touching. Bend both knees, left toes, circle, and we lift the knee for 3, 2, and 1. Foot goes down one more time. We bend, tap, circle, and we hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake out the legs. Very good. Let's go behind the chair. We're going to hold on to the top of the chair and do our star pose. So we're going to center our left foot in between the two chair legs, and our center of gravity is going to stay over that left foot. We're actually going to lean over to the left blade a little bit of your foot and take off with your right leg. So right leg extends. The idea is to get 3 or 4 of our limbs in 3 or 4 different directions. So our legs are taken care of. Perhaps you can extend your right arm. And I want you to think about looking at something on the floor to help you focus. And I'll just walk you through. If you're able to let go with your 4th limb, that left arm reaches to the corner and we hold. Now pay attention to your foot. Your toes are gripping the floor. Your shoe, everything inside your shoe is just pressing down through that left foot. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake out the legs. Let's do the other side. So center your right foot. We're going to lean over to the right blade. All right. Lift off your left leg just a little bit. And left arm reaches. All right. Picture that right foot. All 4 sides are pressed down with a little bit of a focus on your right blade. And then go ahead with your right arm if you can. Holding 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake everything out. All right, I'm going to go back to the right side, and we're going to do our single leg balance. And this is something that you can do all day long in the kitchen. You can do it as you're doing stuff throughout the house, just balancing on one leg. All right, so very simple options here. You can lift your right heel off the floor and place your right tiptoes behind, shifting your weight over that left foot. You can also bend your lower leg. This would be your 2nd level up. And then your 3rd level up is lifting that right knee in front. Okay, so with or without the chair, you choose. Let's try those options again. Tiptoes behind, lower leg lifts, and maybe this is where you stay today, all right? Or knee comes to the front. And I'm looking at you, but I want you to think about finding something to look at on the floor and then just practice letting go of the chair. All right, figure out where you can place your arms. Some people like to have them out to the side. Some people like to have them on their hips. And this can kind of become a little bit of a game. You can start timing yourself and seeing how long you can stand. And if there's a big difference between the 2 feet, you've got the opportunity now and the skills to figure out how to even them out. All right, we're going to hold this for 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake things out. Let's try the other leg. Hold on for starters. Right tiptoes behind. Right tiptoes behind. Oops. Right foot on the floor, left tiptoes behind, left lower leg is lifted, or your left knee is coming to the front. All right, let's do that again. Left tiptoes behind, lower leg lifts, or we lift the knee forward. All right, and here's where we can start to play tapping the chair, letting go just for a little bit. All right, or bringing the arms out to the side, hands on hips, whatever feels comfortable, but picture your foot anchored down, the toes are gripping the bottom of your shoe, your big toe is pushing down, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake out your legs. Let's finish behind the chair with our angel pose. So we're going to have the support of the chair the whole entire time. Our feet are close together. We're going to lift up onto our toes. The idea is to not bump into the chair, but if you do, it's not a big deal. If you need to land your heels, that's also not a big deal. But the idea is to stay up for quite a while, as long as you can, on the tiptoes. I'll walk you through the steps. You can just take a look at your chair or take a look at your floor. And then our next move is just going to slowly take one hand off the chair at a time. All right, and just at this time, you can notice if you're feeling balanced enough to keep those heels lifted off the floor. All right, and our option now is to take our arms out to the side. Both arms, these are your angel wings. And this is where it sometimes gets a little wobbly, perhaps bumping into the chair. But just stand nice and tall, palms facing the front. And now our next move is to slide our shoulder blades down into our back ribs. Okay, this is going to lift our heart. This is going to drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Breathing, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Let's do a couple ankle circles here. And you can practice those exercises as often as possible to just increase your balance and improve everything. I'm so thankful you joined me today. I look forward to seeing you on our last day, day 5, tomorrow.